I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Alexander VanHouten. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I'm kicking butt and taking names, man. How about yourself?
I'm great. So, I heard that on the podcast. I laughed, right? Like, yeah, go kick butt and take names. Yeah, love it. I mean, we did let the cat out of the bag right there. But first, tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in Colorado Springs, Colorado in the U.S.
Sweet. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting?
I would probably have to say my ability to use exercise to change people for the better.
Yeah, sounds good. So tell us how you do that via the podcast, please.
That's a relatively new project that I've taken on recently, but I've been a personal trainer for 12 years, and I started to try to put the information that I've learned in my experience out into the world where everybody can get a hold of it. So that's how I got there.
It's been fun, hasn't it?
Oh man, it's been a blast. I love. My wife jokes that I just love talking to myself.
Yeah, my wife says you talk too much.
Yeah, it sounds like our wives would get along well.
Yeah, most definitely. All he does is talk to people from all over the world.
Yep.
So you've been doing the podcast, as you said, you just got into this, right? Who did you learn the skills that were necessary to even start it?
As far as exercise, I've had lots of mentors in my life, but podcasting, I would have to say, a couple YouTube videos, and
Wow.
I follow a great podcaster named Stefan Molyneux, and
Right.
I followed him for about 2 years and just been inspired by the work that he does.
We didn't even say the name of your podcast. So it's Defining a Dad Bod, right?
Yeah. Defining Dad Bod. You can find me at www.definingdadbod.com.
Yeah, so it's like body, but the shortened version. So he did bod instead. That was pretty amazing. Yeah.
You got it. Well, here in the U.S., we have a meme, an internet meme called Dad Bod, which is the beer gut plus the balding head.
Oh, mean.
Yeah. So the idea of the podcast is to develop good fatherhood and good body image that will allow you to be a better parent.
Yeah, which is so very important. So why will you continue to repeat this skill of helping others define that dad bod?
Man, just it's so much fun and it's so rewarding. In our world today, there's so much stuff going on, and the best thing I think we can do as men is to be the best version of ourselves and pass that legacy on to our kids.
Yeah, I'm so glad that my fitness level is where it is. I have no idea how I would have been able to do simple things like bending to pick up the ball, to run after them, to not fall over my own self. It's so important. I love what you're doing.
Oh yeah, man, thanks. I appreciate it, and I'm glad to hear that you're in great shape.
Well, we never said that. I said I'm okay.
How about decent shape?
I'm in decent shape. Yeah, I'll take that, Alexander. Looking at your profile picture here, I have a way to go still, but yes, I understand. How many children do you have?
I've got one for the moment, and one's a twinkle in my eye.
Oh, sweet. Well, tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
I have read a book every morning for the last 3 years. Not an entire book, at least 20 minutes of it for the last 3 years, and it's been instrumental in learning.
How does that make you feel?
On one hand, it makes me feel successful, like I'm moving forward, and then on another hand, it fills me up, makes me feel full, like I'm ready to pour out to the world.
Yeah. Intriguing. Why would you suggest to someone that's listening? I mean, you do speak about the physical aspect, right? But now you're talking about the mental aspect. Why would you suggest someone really build on that as well?
I don't know who said it. It's stuck with me most of my life, but somebody once said that you are the product of the company you keep and the books you read. So, I can only control so much about what happens in my life, but if I keep good company in the books that I read, then I can shape myself going forward. So I hope that if somebody's interested in shaping themselves and being a better version of themselves a few years from now, that they'll make an effort to read and shape themselves that way.
If you wanted someone to connect with you, where's the best place to point them to?
Yeah, you can find my contact information on my website for Defining Dad Bod, or you can just email me at coachal@definingdadbod.com.
Love it. Amazing audience. Again, we are live with Alex VanHouten, and he is the podcast host now of Defining Dad Bod. Alex, well, let me now invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Alex,
Nice.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
Oh man, it's actually kind of stupid. My earliest childhood memory is me running down the hallway looking for my mom, and my aunt jumps out from behind a box and scares the crap out of me, and that's all I remember. That's all I remember.
How old do you think you were?
My mom says I was about 2.5.
Wow. So why do you think this memory is so clear?
In psychology, they call it a flashbulb memory, which is just something that was especially emotionally valent for you or really intense. So I think it just sticks in my mind because it was something pretty intense. And I guess when you're 2.5 years old and you don't expect your aunt to jump out from behind a box, that's about as scary as it gets.
Yeah, most definitely. How old do you think your aunt was?
I think she was 15.
All right. That's intriguing. Wow. I was about to say, it's amazing how your aunt's fitness was there, right? But being 15, she is supposed to be fit, right?
That's right.
Glad I didn't go there. All right, my friend. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
When I was 12, I think I was really into like contemporary rock at the time, and here in the U.S. we have a artist called Linkin Park. He actually recently passed away. But
really? I didn't know that.
But my favorite song by him was called "Numb." It was a great song.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know Linkin Park died. Wow, so this is what, like a month now for the month?
No, he actually died about 8 months ago.
Wow, where am I living? Wow, intriguing. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Alex, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes, my son.
Are you married?
Yes.
Right. You spoke of your son and the twinkle in either you or your wife's eye, right? Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do have an inner circle.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No, I can't sit still for that long.
Wow. How about 3 hours a week?
Sure. Yeah, we'll catch some TV 3 hours a week.
And what about screen time? The phone and the computer, is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
I try to keep it less than 8, but the nature of my work puts me in front of a computer pretty often.
All right. Alex, after 1001 conversations in 3 months in 2016, I came up with a workbook thereafter. The name of it is called Yours. It stands for Your Own Unique Real Self. And the idea is you answer questions similar to these to uncover your own unique real statement, which I like to call your mission, right? If you, Alex, had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Alexander VanHouten, what would you say that is?
I would have to spin off of the millennial meme. The statement would go like this: the struggle is real, but it's good.
Love it. Hey, Alex, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I would just say that I think it's really cool what you're doing. And if you would like to explore fitness in yourself and bettering yourself to become a better parent and pass it on to the generation in front of us, check me out at definingdadbod.com. Thanks for listening.
Love it. Alexander VanHouten, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
All right, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.